Welcome to the Strategy with Jason podcast. Tune in for everything you need to know to stay in the know regarding the automotive industry. Here's your host, Jason Harris.
Hey, what's going on, Podcast Nation? It is Jason Harris here, and thank you for joining me on another episode of The Drive, Las Vegas edition. I have a very special guest with me. I have Lehel.
That's right.
Got it.
Wow, yeah.
From Flick Fusion. Lehel, what's going on, man? How are you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Nice.
So we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna drive up and down this beautiful strip of Las Vegas.
Okay.
We're just gonna talk about everything and anything automotive. But before we kind of get into our conversation, I always like to start off our podcast with a little origin story, because I'm always fascinated how people get started in the business. So, Lehel, how did you get started in this crazy world we call the automotive industry?
Well, I used to work in the movie industry in distribution, and the studio I was working for, United Cinema, closed down. So I had this cinematic feel, and I partnered up with a company. We founded a company originally called Wheels TV, and the idea was to launch a network. Mm-hmm. And in order to launch the network, we created a lot of car videos, and we were kind of ahead of our time. And one thing led to another. The network didn't launch, but we had a lot of car videos left over. And I mean, literally, many car videos. And we were like, what should we do with these? And a strange thing happened. I don't know if we got a telephone call from, or we made a telephone call to a company you might remember called VHX.
Yeah, I do remember that. When was
VHX,
that?
VHX was owned by a television network. Not a network. I'm sorry, by a cable company, network, and that's how the relationship started. So,
and then when was this exactly?
So this was about, I'm going to say this was about somewhere around 10 years ago.
Okay. So, I mean, definitely way before
way
video
before, well,
was a really big part.
So VHX was owned by Comcast.
Okay.
But VHX, they started VHX as a car network, and they said, you know what, this would be really cool to put the videos that you have on VHX, which was a website. Mm-hmm. And this was early days for all of this stuff. But that's how it started.
Yeah.
And so we licensed the videos to VHX, and then that got the attention of MSN, who'd also launched they were launching the MSN network.
Auto?
MSN Autos.
Oh my gosh, I remember.
And so then we licensed it to MSN Autos.
Okay.
And then MSN Autos led to AOL.
Oh, all right.
And it kind of snowballed from there. So we had these videos that we licensed, and then we said, well, we've got a little business here. Actually, quite a good business.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And so we started producing more videos. And that's how I got started.
How many videos would you say you guys have produced in
we
last
used to
10 or so years?
We used to produce around, back then it started at about just under 400 a year, which is how many you really needed for full coverage.
Yep.
And so you could kind of do the math. We did about 400. We did about 400 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a healthy number of those videos out there.
Thousands and thousands of videos.
We did a lot of videos. We made, and they were all, and they still exist. What happened is that they were all of the new models.
Okay.
But then these new model videos, people buy used cars. So as those videos
so you start
aged,
keeping this database.
Well, yeah, the database is still there, and as those videos age, I mean, now I don't have access to them, but as those videos aged, they became good for used vehicles.
Yeah.
So they're still out there. I mean, as long as it doesn't, how old is a used car? 10, 15, 20 years old?
Yeah.
So those videos are good for a long time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And they're still out there.
And video is such, video is such an important part to my career. I mean, it's really what kind of kicked off my career as a salesperson.
Sure.
So, so there's a special place in my heart for video because people just connect with video. I mean, I remember buying, would have been 2006, probably 2006, 2005. I bought my first flip cam.
Sure.
Remember those?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Little Kodak flip cams.
Absolutely.
They were about this big.
Yep.
It was a big deal. It was a megapixel camera.
Yeah.
Did 360p. Like this was and
this was the hottest thing around.
This was a hot camera.
Yeah.
And I remember mounting it on a tripod, and I would just jump in front of the car when someone had requested some information about it, and I'd shoot this video, and then I'd have to upload it, and then I'd have to send the link. But doing that and connecting to people through video, it catapulted my career.
Well, it's an interesting thing, because now I'm with I'm now with a company called Flick Fusion, and the primary function of Flick Fusion is video marketing.
Yeah.
For vehicles.
Yeah.
But the reason that a company like Flick Fusion is so successful, has I don't know, we're probably power about 7,000 dealerships with various marketing
just
products.
Just a few.
is it goes back to human nature if you think about it.
Yeah.
The very basic part of human nature is survival. Yes. Part of survival is to eat, and the way you eat is you capture live food.
Yes.
So a human being is naturally drawn to anything that moves. If it moves, they tend to immediately become interested. We're wired that way.
Yes, we're wired that way.
And so for years and years, it was static. It was just images.
Yeah, that's all.
And when video came along, when you put vehicle images into motion and you create video,
yep,
there's just a natural interest in that.
Yeah, our brains connect to it far better than when it's
without
just
even
images.
realizing. It's purely natural. So again, from a dealer's perspective, if you're going to have images on your website, okay, sure, you can show people what they're interested in. But when you make those images move, you're capturing that person.
It's measurable engagement. See, that's the one thing I really love about it, right? Like
sure.
It's real measurable engagement. I can see how much time they play with it, when they play with it, how often they go back to it. I mean,
Absolutely.
It gives me a true insight into the customer, but also allows the customer to connect with a product, not in a 2D way, but in a three-dimensional way, where I get to kind of pan through them, move it back and forth, click on features that I like. I mean, it almost kind of like a game.
Yeah. I mean, what does a dealer want? What do they tell dealers, basically? Get the customer into the showroom.
Yes.
That's probably the hardest thing for them to do, but they know that once they get that customer into the showroom, then they've got a good chance of making that sale.
Oh, of course.
The way to get a customer into the showroom is let them see, let them experience a little bit of why they have to get into their car and make a 4, 5, 6 mile trip to that showroom.
Yeah, get them excited.
Get them excited. And video will do that.
Video will do that.
Video will show them why they're coming down to that showroom.
Well, and I think, stitching the images together to create a video is a great first step, right?
It's more effective than people realize.
Oh, 100%, and it couldn't have been easier today than ever to be able to do that. But I think even the next step is taking your own video and attaching to those, where then I actually now not only get to see and I hit that sense, but then I get to hear and I get to connect with the tonality and the personality of the person in front of the camera.
Right. And and the trick is to make it easy for a dealer.
Yes. Yes.
A dealer and a salesperson, anybody in a dealership, all they want to do is convert leads, sell cars.
Yep. Pretty simple.
They really don't want to take the time to go out and make videos if they don't have to, or to do any of that, as easy it is. So we make it so simple that they don't have to do anything.
Give me some examples.
We have artificial intelligence now that All we need is 2 emails. We need the permission to put the script on the VDP.
Yeah.
And we need permission from whoever the dealer is sending their images to for us to be able to access those images. So if they're going to vAuto or they're going to HomeNet, wherever they're going to, we need just those 2 emails.
Yep.
And from then on, nobody has to get out of bed, nobody has to do anything, nobody has to turn on anything, they don't have to take their smartphone out of their pocket. The entire VDP will populate with beautiful video and 360.
You guys are making it easy.
You don't have to do anything.
You're really making it easy.
It's as simple as that.
So let's talk a little bit about that ROI, because you guys have access to a lot of data, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what kind of results are you seeing from this?
Well, it's hard to say what percentage it goes up because every car dealership is different. Every car dealership is
going to be different than a Hyundai dealership.
So we make it very simple. We're not going to promise this, that, or the other. But what we'll do is we'll give you 30 days, 100% free. Try it.
Well, it betters the
try
customer experience.
Try it, and if you like it, you can keep it, and we'll tell you exactly.
And that's so cool.
That's all you got to do, and
so cool.
and it will not cost you a single penny to try it at any point.
So let's talk a little bit about the customer experience, because you guys wouldn't have spent this much time creating this kind of tech unless you knew it was going to kind of benefit that online customer experience.
Exactly.
So how does putting video on your website kind of enhance that customer experience?
Well, it goes back to what I was just saying about basically human nature. When that customer is looking at various dealerships, they're zeroing in on a car that they're interested in. They're zeroing in on a car that they want.
Yep.
But they really want to see more about that car than a couple of static images.
For sure.
We only need 4 or 5 images to do what we do, believe it or not. But a lot of dealers have more images than that. But do you really know what you want to know about that vehicle when you see 5 images? Probably not.
Probably not.
But if you see a video of that car, you really feel connected, and that's what it is. It's a connection that the potential customer is making with the vehicle they're interested in and with that dealership.
Yep.
And it's a value add to the dealership because they say, well, this dealer is showing me this car. They're showing it to me in a video.
Well, it does. It's a good point. It shows you that you care.
It shows that you're a little bit ahead of the dealer that doesn't have video.
Yes.
It's enhanced. It's enhanced the experience for the shopper, and that's what we try to do. We try to give the shopper the best possible shopping experience that they can have.
I love the fact that
because we give them that, in turn the dealer is giving them that.
For sure, and I love the fact that you say shopping, right? Because
they are shopping.
Excuse me. When digital retailing became really hot in the last few years, I got to be honest with you, I was a little concerned because I'm like, wait a second, how did we just go straight from a e-commerce solution, but we totally skipped the entire shopping solution?
Exactly.
When you think of a VDP, a traditional VDP. It's nowhere close to being a real shopping solution.
Right.
All right. But when you do bring in things like the cool 3D spins and the additional videos, they're able to bring additional content.
And you can go in the interior, the exterior. You can
really get to explore the product.
And we offer, when we do it, we also add hotspots automatically, so they can look closely at a wheel. They can look closely at the dashboard. They can look at the side mirrors, anything that they might be interested in, because you never know what a shopper's interested in.
No.
Everybody's interested in different things.
Yes.
They say the most important thing to a shopper is the color of the car. Some people buy color, believe it or not. If you don't have the right color car, then I'm not even coming in.
Where I'm in Toronto, the wheels are actually a big deal.
Yeah.
Because I will tell you, almost every single used car out there those wheels have been curbed at some point in time.
Sure.
Because if you ever park in Toronto, it's wee little parking spots, right?
Wow.
So so I can't tell you how many times I took a call when I had my dealer, when I had my dealership. They go, so what are the wheels like? Like, how chewed up are they? That's like a normal question up there. So being able to zoom in,
and that's exactly right. You can zoom right in, and that's a major benefit.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, and I think it just enhances the overall experience.
It does.
Have you guys seen like an increase? Obviously, like an increase on like time on site. When this tool is installed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, because it's so engaging. I use the word engaging, and I don't want to overuse it, but it is.
Yeah, but no, that
it's
is
very
an important
engaging.
word. I mean, I think
when you engage,
Mhm.
you increase everything. You increase the interest, and by increasing interest, you increase the time on site. And the more time they spend on site, the more time they're investing in taking the next step towards.
Well, I'm spending more time connecting and feeling more confident, not only in the product, but also
time is an investment.
Oh, 100%.
And if time is an investment for a shopper, then they're more likely to do what the next thing is that you want them to do, which is come to the showroom. They've seen the car in motion. They see that it's kind of real because it's not just an image.
Yes.
So they see, you feel like it's a real car.
Yeah.
And now you say, you know what, I want to take that for a drive. And that's what they want to do. It's a lot easier for the salesperson to say, hey, listen, you've seen the car, isn't it beautiful? Imagine yourself driving this car. Why don't we go for a drive tonight? Come in tomorrow morning, whatever's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get people into the showroom.
Oh no, for sure, and it's through engagement, like you said, right?
Exactly.
Like, I think as an industry, we've been focused so much on clicks and impressions and lead generation, and it's like we almost kind of forgot kind of the fundamentals of an online experience, and it's about engagement, like
exactly.
Quality over quantity. I want to see people engaging and connecting with my products and my services and myself.
Right.
Now, you guys also have another really cool tool around creating video marketing, which I think is so important right now, especially with the death of the cookie, all right, and us not being able to execute, this remarketing strategy that we have now for the last 10 years. Like, we are simply just not having the ability to hit people 10, 20, 30, 40 times after they visit our websites. So that means that the initial marketing piece needs to be more compelling. The content has to get better, which actually I'm good with. Like, I'm super happy the fact that we have to focus more on our content.
Great, yeah.
But you got this great tool that helps dealerships make really compelling video ads quickly. Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, I'll tell you quickly. It's called Dynamic Marketing Videos.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's a fully automated product. A dealer has, every month they have specials, they have OEM specials, they have lease specials, whatever the specials are. We give them a tool where they can literally go into the dashboard, which they'll have, and they can create a 100% customized video marketing ad, mm-hmm. which they can send out to as many people as they want. It'll have all of the information for the leasing information, how long it is, what the down payment is, and they can change that as many times as they want throughout the month, depending on how sales are going and how they want to try and entice more people to come in, and they can send those out. Talking about it is one thing. I can demo it to anybody who's interested in it. Oh, yeah. Anybody wants to call me.
But the benefit's huge.
It's a phenomenal tool.
We're a big creative shop, and we spend so much time creating. And if a dealership has the ability to create compelling video marketing ads at a scalable, ability like that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, the BDC manager, whoever wants to do it, they can literally complete those in a few minutes.
Well, and video is still, I mean, the biggest land grab when it comes to digital marketing. I mean, mm-hmm. I still have clients that are averaging 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cents a video view. So when people start talking about $1 something a click,
sure.
Well, I mean, this is a video.
Yeah.
This is a more compelling, engaging, piece of content, and you're getting, I mean, pennies. I mean, just
you know,
pennies.
those videos end up in your library, but vehicle videos as well will end up in your library. And we have another tool which I don't think I've even ever shown you.
Okay.
Where we now offer the ability to do picture-in-picture. So you can send a prospect or a potential customer, you can send them a video, but now you can put yourself into that video in the corner.
Okay, so like a walk-around video?
Any video, and then you can describe in that video yourself what they're watching.
That's cool.
It's a very. I'm going to send you one of those just so you see what that looks like. So it's a picture-in-picture feature. It's very, very effective.
That is very, very cool.
Because now you're putting yourself, and we do live communication as well. That's another thing we offer.
Yeah, look, I think you guys have always kind of been on the forefront of kind of communication and video and website engagement. I'm curious, just from your own thoughts, where do you think we're heading? Like, what's the next thing?
Oh, that's a great. I wasn't prepared for that question. I don't. Where we're going after this, I don't. That's a tough question. I don't know. I should probably ask you what you think. Where do you think?
Well, you know what? I'm thinking less is more.
Okay.
I'm thinking right now, like when I think of the online experience, there's just so much going on right there. You visit, like, I'm not a big fan of the traditional dealership website.
Okay.
You go to it, you get smacked across the face with like 13, 14 homepage slides, right? And it's just the call to action is like buy.
Right.
And it's so loud. Like, they're just so loud. If you look at the big players when it comes to online experience, it's just simple. I mean, look. I mean, I hate bringing up Tesla, but I mean, look at Tesla. It's simple. It's clean. Let's just get you to the information that you want quick and fast. And the cool thing is, I think as an industry,
I like that. I like that. Get to the information that you want quickly and painlessly and easily.
Yeah.
Well, that again is the word that we use. We create products that are easy to use. Not only easy to use for the dealer, but easy to use for the customer.
Yeah.
They can get that information very quickly, very effectively. All of our videos have customization features, so the dealer can easily put banners on there, banners with offers. They can customize those videos in innumerable ways.
Yes.
I can't even list all the ways that they can be customized, and they can be customized very simply, very easily, just to make them more effective.
Yeah, I could see a website being just. I mean, now
we call video centric.
Yes, like, I understand compression ratios and everything else, and time on sites and load speeds and stuff like that. But that's how we want to interact. That's how we want to engage.
Yeah.
We don't want to engage in a 2D world.
If it's video centric and it's easy to use, I mean, people love video.
Yeah.
When you come home at night and you want to watch the news and you want to know what's going on in the world, people don't put the radio on anymore.
No.
They put the TV on.
100%. That's what they want to do.
The TV will give you the news with video.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how you know what's going on.
100%. Well, Lehel, it's towards the tail end of our time, but before I let you go, for everybody that's out there watching, listening right now, who would love to connect with you, maybe learn more about the company, or even continue some of the conversations that we've had today, what's the best way to connect with you?
Well, you can find me on flickfusion.com, and there's actually a video button that you can hit, and you can find me that way. That's the easiest way. You won't forget it. Or you can always email me at l.reeves@flickfusion.com.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much for doing this. It was a lot of fun.
That'd be great.